And this time we have finished revenue cycle. So now we will be discussing the expenditure cycle. And this cycle is divided into two chapters. The first part of the expenditure cycle, which is chapter 5, part 1, focuses on the purchases and cash disbursement procedures, right? So this part of the expenditure cycle focuses on purchases and cash disbursement procedures, right? So when you purchase labor, when you purchase raw materials, when you purchase inventory, right? All of the accounting systems and processes will be under this cycle. Learning objectives are given, read them at your convenience. And this is the procurement cycle of the expenditure cycle. So the procurement cycle is a part of the expenditure cycle. It starts with the purchase requisition of the customer. The customer purchases, right? So the customer places a purchase order. Then the customer receives the products. Then the customer records the liability. After receiving the product, they will check it, and then they will take it to the warehouse. Then they will record the liability. And when the payment is due, the customer will be making the payment. When the payment is due, the customer will be making the payment. So what you need to memorize over here is যখন তারা রিসিভ করছে প্রোডাক্টটাকে, if products গুলাকে, if everything is okay, they will have to record the liability. So what will be the journal entry over here? Purchase debit, accounts payable credit, assuming it's on account transaction. Assuming it's an on credit transaction, the journal entry will be purchase debit, accounts payable credit. If we are using the periodic system, accounting 201 chapter 5. If we are using the perpetual system, inventory debit, accounts payable credit, right? So for example, for companies like Shopno, Mina Bazar, they purchase inventory, they keep the inventory in the warehouse, and then they sell the inventory, right? So for companies like Shopno, which are called Shopno, Mina Bazar, which are called merchandising operations, what will be the journal entry? Inventory debit, accounts payable credit, right? So this is the recording of the liability. আর যখন পেমেন্টের টাইম আসবে তখন কি হবে? When you're paying, accounts liability কি হবে? পে করলে কমে যাবে,
accounts payable debit হবে।
Exactly, accounts payable debit হবে. He is right. কেন debit হবে? Because liability কমে যাচ্ছে. When liability
Cash
goes
credit.
down, yes, liability goes down, liability will be debited and asset will be created. Asset is cash. So the payment is made using cash. So accounts payable debit, cash credit. So over here, you have purchase debit and accounts payable credit, or inventory debit and accounts payable credit. Over here, you have accounts payable debit and cash credit. So this is how the accounting information system works. This is how, broadly speaking, the accounting information system functions, step by step, right? Step by step, in sequence. Sequentially কাজগুলো হচ্ছে. So what are the goals of the expenditure cycle? We know that expenditure cycle is very important. There are 2 chapters of the final exam that is dedicated to the expenditure cycle. So you need to put a lot of emphasis into the expenditure cycle for your assessments. You get that, hopefully. So এখানে বলছে the goals of the expenditure cycle is to provide needed resources to organizations, right? So এখানে বলছে the goal of providing needed resources to organizations can be broken down into several objectives. কেন আমাদের একটা শক্ত expenditure cycle দরকার? Why does the company need an efficient expenditure cycle, right? Number 1, to purchase from reliable vendors, right? People who are trustworthy, companies who are trustworthy. The business needs to engage into business with people and companies which are trustworthy. They need to buy high quality items, but also at a good price. Quality ঠিক রাখতে গিয়ে অতিরিক্ত খরচ করে ফেললে সমস্যা. So there needs to be a balance between quality and price. You of course need to have high quality safe items. You need to purchase high quality safe items at a good price. You need to purchase high quality and safe items at a good price. ঠিক আছে? So you need to be very careful. You need to purchase high quality and safe items at a good price. Only purchase the items that are authorized. Very important to stop fraud, right? You need to have resources available when they're needed. For example, resources bolte khali inventory বুঝায় না বা raw materials বুঝায় না. You can talk about labor, you can talk about the overheads, utilities. Broadly speaking, you need to have all the resources which you need to make your business model work, right? So very important. Receive only those items which are ordered. Excess receive করে অনেক সময় fraud করা হয়. So fraud is being done by ordering extra and by receiving extra. So this type of frauds needs to be checked and stopped. Ensure items are not lost, stolen, or broken, and pay for them in a timely manner. It's very important to pay in a timely manner. For example, there's a liability. When you pay, the journal entry will be accounts payable debit, cash, credit. And it's really important to pay in a timely manner. কেউ বলতে পারবেন why so? Why is it so important to pay in a timely manner? Because otherwise, you might lose revenue and you might lose what? If you do not pay in a timely manner, you might lose vendors and your revenues, right? Because আপনি যদি মানুষকে ঘুরান বা কোম্পানিদেরকে ঘুরান, ওরা চান্স পেলে ওরা অন্য কোনো জায়গায় চলে যাবে ওদের ব্যবসা নিয়ে, right? So you will lose good suppliers, and good suppliers are very important for the supply chain, because you need to pay them on a timely manner. Because let's say you're a big company and you are exploiting other companies by delaying payments and everything because you have a size advantage, and that's a very dangerous thing to do. Because if the suppliers get a better alternative, they will simply ditch your company and they will go somewhere else, and that would be very harmful for your business, right? And that becomes a serious problem. Okay, so you need to pay them on a timely manner. Any questions till this point? Anyone left for late attendance? Okay, এই পর্যন্ত কার কোনো question আছে? Anyone has any questions till this point? The slides are already on the Google Classroom. For the final exam, all the lecture slides for the final exam are already in the Google Classroom for the final syllabus. All the lecture slides for the final syllabus are already on the Google Classroom.